then it's just, they're just gonna create that may not be $150 to $100 a day, it may turn into $300 a day, because that's how much the supply and the demand is for that jail cell.
Right.
Well, and at the end of the day, you can use your creative solutions to keep as many people out of the
Well,
jail cell as possible, but at the end of the day, the problem has to get solved, and it's going to be like, this is like humanity.
Well,
somehow we figured out how to put a man on the moon, and we can't figure out how to get a jail, and
Right,
I
but
don't get it.
it's just like the mental health in the state of Montana. I
Yeah.
mean, until it becomes insurmountable, it becomes the largest insurmountable, they're not gonna find a solution for it. And that right now, in my opinion, is probably one of the biggest things in the state of Montana that's pressing.
There is a
the
solution
mental
to
health
it.
and the lack thereof.
Oh, there
We
is a
need-
solution.
We need more social workers.
No, we need more Jesus.
We get rid of the
Need more,
police
we
altogether,
need
just
better
have social
nutrition
workers.
and more care for mental health.
People that are spiritual and believe that they're here for a reason,
And
whether
we
that's
need
they
more
meditate or they
hangmen.
they perform at a higher level, they're productive members of society. People need
All about that
purpose.
for drug dealers.
There's one little thing I was gonna ask you.
Yes, sir.
And that is, Jamie Beasley called me, and she says she's had 2 cows that have gotten run over in the last, I don't know, year.
Really?
Because people drive like maniacs out on,
I have a deputy that lives on West Parrot Creek, and he drives it twice a day when he's
Okay.
working, and tries to patrol it, but we can go for a ride and go drive West Muscle, or West Parrot Creek 15 times and not see a car. And
well, the only thing I was gonna suggest, because they drive number 4 road, I noticed that, they drive like hell on that thing. Just sit there for an hour in the morning when they're coming to work and,
nail a couple of them.
yeah, and they just make them drive slower.
And then this is the other number 4 road, speed limit is 35.
Yeah, it should be 35, but people drive 50. The same way with Golden Creek is another one. They
Oh,
do the
yeah.
same
45
damn
on
thing.
Golden Creek.
Yeah, and for me, they drive too damn fast. They come, especially they come around there at Harper's, that big curve coming down to the river
Yeah,
bridge.
that's
Damn.
65.
Is it?
Yeah,
Holy crap, man.
yeah, it's paved. So that's 65.
So, you know,
Or maybe it's
speed up.
6, it's 60
you
or
can't,
65.
I'll be darned. Well,
Yeah.
I don't know, those 2 areas were.
When we get out at the end of the pavement, it becomes 45. But it's either 60 or 65, right?
Yeah.
On
Might be
Route-
60.
It's 60, I think.
Mm.
Yeah.
But still, yeah, it's too fast for those curves.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So.
I don't know, I'm just gonna suggest that you just
100%.
monitor the damn thing. And it doesn't take very long. I mean, I wouldn't sit out there very long. If it was for an hour, then come back to town.
Yeah.
Yeah, revenue maker.
Not hardly. Not hardly. 'Cause,
State-
you know,
What I told her is, I can't imagine somebody hitting a frickin' cow and killing it.
And
And then,
not being there.
yeah, and then not being there, well, and what kind of a vehicle are we talking here? Well, and if you don't report it, and your insurance will pay for a cow.
Right.
Well, hellfire, I mean, if you're gonna, then you get hit somewhere else and you tell them, well, can you fix this plus that? They're gonna say, hey, well, we find some cow hair here, so we're not gonna fix that one.
Right.
We're gonna fix this one.
Right.
They're not gonna come out in the end if they don't report it, so.
Right. Well, and they're not reporting it because they don't have any insurance.
Something's haywire with that deal.
Right.
Well, how many did she say she had to
She
get?
told me two cows.
I don't know that she's reported that many to the sheriff's office, but I'll check.
Well, yeah, check with her.
I would be giving the cow CPR.
I'll have her call you.
Why you look at me like that? I literally gave a kitten CPR.
Well,
The dog attacked it.
That'll be a little
I think you're
harder.
sharing that.
Cow is
Well, I'm saying.
suddenly bigger than a kitten. But I've given
I would be
CPR
so
to a
sad.
calf before.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, yeah. I think we're
A
all-
freshborn calf. Yep. Yep. I think we've all done that.
I have not hit a frickin' cow since 1979. I don't know how in the, you can just, when you go down the road, you can see it.
You
Yeah.
see a cow. For heaven's
Usually.
Them out a little bit. It's not like a deer, deer, well, them sons of
Show
guns.
them
Oh my God, are you okay?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, but sometimes there was a classic highway patrol report from right when I started. He actually got kind of in trouble for it. His report was Black Night, Black Road, Black Cow, boom.
We almost hit an owl
Well-
last night coming back from Muscle Show.
An owl?
Owl in the middle of the
Yep.
road. Oh, what was that?
I had an owl once and it broke my windshield.
Oh yeah, they'll wipe them windshield out. I've hit owls with my antenna. Like they're come swooping in and see them, and you like,
Oh, yeah.
and they hit the antenna. I hear the antenna go ding.
Oh, that's,
I had a pheasant the other day and it raised hell with my little Toyota.
Oh, yeah.
Gentlemen, have a good weekend.
Well, yeah, those are kinda big, aren't they?
Yeah.
They are kinda, a little bit. I mean,
I had to pull it, I got home, I pulled the damn thing, it was stuffed into the,
radiator.
Grill, huh?
yeah, had to give it to the cats.
how are you?
Well, I'm sure they appreciated it though.
Hmm?
I'm sure they appreciated it.
They did.
Of course they did. They're like, thanks, Dad. Thank you.
But you know, your can-do attitude, that's what the world needs, is a can-do.
Yeah.
There's a solution to every problem. That's just
There
it.
is, there is.
There is. It's not throw
But-
your hands in the air. There's a
I
solution.
had planned on being done.
Timing is everything, and this issue has been,
Last week.
And it will,
I came
it will be a
The
time bomb.
direction the Yellowstone County
My
is
buddy
taking
Cody's
with the
clubs are
sheriff's
gonna play the
department.
IGA tournament.
Why? What do
And
they
they
do?
talked me into playing.
They should have,
Couple
reached out to,
championships.
well, we made the offer.
Still,
Austin was
That'll-
willing to talk about it. Now, I don't know about the other two, but
I don't have
he was
any
willing
other
to
tournaments.
talk about it. But then they, after, now they're not doing that anymore.
okay.
They're gonna be building onto their own facility.
I got
There
football
is no
match on
answer.
weekends now.
Look how
so-
fly
Oh,
you're
you're
looking.
gonna transfer.
Yeah, I seen it. Wait on one.
Gotcha.
It's kind of it's a gentleman farmer Wall Street look.
Gentleman farmer on Wall Street.
That's all
What are
you
you
said
talking
there.
about?
I like it. I like it.
All right, we
Yes.
got Wall Street. We're in this.
It's like there, I like it.
That's what I'm doing today.
Yeah, I hear a little bit of a new
What
accent.
we were
Yeah.
talking about so far today.
Investment opportunities, and
He'll sell you insurance too.
Wall Street. All right,
I
we
can
got
make a
Wall
dollar
Street
out
at the guitar today.
oh my goodness. Well, we've been having a lot of good conversations.
Yeah, we're keeping
We're
track.
see that.
I like it.
adding
just
Wall
talking
Street.
about CPR to calves and cats.
Wool processing, 500 pounds of rice, gauze and butchering, housing cost, cost of beef, sausage casing.
Nice.
Sheep entrails.
Yeah, wool
I might have to
processing.
listen to the YouTube video next week.
Take them to the train station.
Oh, yeah, jail.
As Plan
Prisons,
C.
yeah, prisons, we talked about prison, okay. Yeah.
Hi, Jim.
Howdy.
Roll.
How are you
Good to
guys?
see you.
I see you, Jim. Well, good morning.
Is it?
Good
Oh, yeah.
morning.
Oh yeah.
Let's say.
Let's say it is. So, just because it's Friday, right?
Yeah, and just 2 more working days till Monday.
Man, oof, I don't think I ever want to hear that again.
2 long working days.
No.
Well, just a couple quick updates from us. Fire side of things. So, we've had 2 fires in the last week. One last night was 7.1 acres.
Yep.
That was right on the border there with Yellowstone Treasure and Millstone again.
Wow.
Lightning cost. Went back and looked at the week before the Rowan fire. Lightning.
It ain't a Rowan fire.
Well,
That's just what it's called.
Rowan Road Fire is what it was named as for the entrance point, but
It'd be your fire, correct? It was on your land.
Right in the middle of it.
oh,
What they call the fire? Rowan?
we called that one Rowan Road Fire.
Rowan.
How
Lightning
many acres was
caused
that one?
47?
40, yeah, 47.9.
Well, it says 47.9, but I looked it over and that thing's bigger than that. I'd look at it again, yeah.
Lightning causing that one. The mud flap is what we called the one down there, and it was supposed to be mud flat, but it got misspelled, so
Mud flap, and that was the one was how much higher?
7.1 acres lightning caused.
In the corner of the county.
Yeah, right,
It's stuck, it was a mistake, but it's stuck.
Yep.
There forever.
I like it
Because it was self-extinguished by rain,
though. Okay.
but we had quite a bit of
Must have
mop
been
ups to do on it.
Yeah.
So
Yesterday afternoon.
and then the next thing is sent an email out to you guys. So we are looking at purchasing a new to us water tender. It'll be coming out of Arkansas. And then what it's doing is it's replacing 2 of our county vehicles. So it's replacing our current tender that we have that it's kind of on its last legs. We had a PTO issue with it, and the cab on it, it has 650,000 miles on it. So we're starting to get some electrical gremlins now. It's just time to.
Well, this one new one, we talked, way more capacity.
Yep.
Yeah.
So this one it'll kind of be a dual role. So it's got 3,000 gallon water tank, electric arms for the porta tanks. Comes with 2 3,000 gallon aluminum frame porta tanks, 24,000 miles on it, 750 gallon per minute pump that's already plumbed for structure hose, and then it also has capabilities of pump and roll, so it can also be a tactical tender. So it's kind of got a whole bunch of different facets to it.
What was the cost on that thing?
$62,950. And then County Fire has $61,669 in their capital improvement, and then Fire Council said yes for the $1,660 some extra.
But I'm not where my DES at now.
Okay.
Bull Mountain, because they've got some equipment that we can buy to build another tender out of. So I was gonna ask if the commissioners would allow me to move 5,000 out of our capital improvements fund into theirs, so they can buy this tender, and that way we're both plussed up.
I don't see any reason why not. I mean, this sounds like exactly what you would want to spend capital on.
I charge a lot of interest.
Yeah, I kinda figured. But if we could, that way they don't have to pull it out of the
Yeah.
general fire council money, that'll make it whole.
We'll make sure, that when we do that, but
Yeah,
and
we'll
I'm
get
assuming we're all gonna say yes. I mean, anybody concerns?
Like I said,
Well, because and as I was telling Justin,
Put water on the fire.
you guys are the experts. I'm not an expert to know whether this
Yes,
is a
we
good.
will take it from
But if you think there's real value here,
into
and you
county
guys have
fires.
been excellent about managing your costs.
And then we're keeping the cost in county.
It sounds like a great opportunity to
Oh,
me.
yeah, it is. It
Yeah.
is. It's a good truck, it'll help us out.
Yep.
And while they're doing that, they'll have more capability, and that also gets Bull Mountain with more capability, so we'll have 2 tenders out of the deal now, so we'll have 6,000 gallons down there. We've got the cab chassis, and buying the sliding unit pumps off of one of the other vehicles.
Okay.
Basically, instead of it going out for bid, you never get the money off of it that it's worth, so.
just keep improving.
Yeah.
Right now, you're stamping our fires out so fast, they live.
Yeah, you guys are really doing an
You're
amazing
gonna get to the
job.
point where you're gonna put them out before they start.
We've had a few where we've turned around.
Yeah.
Your instincts are really good. So, there's gonna be fire over there in about 2 days. Let's set up.
Open mine mill. Fire.
What's that movie Minority Report? We're precogs.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, so that's kind of where we're at on that project. Staff station's going great. They do end on the 24th at end of duty. So
Well, they were, last time we talked, it's like, are we out of the danger zone? And it sounds like the fuel level and
For a
the, you know,
while.
your color-coded maps and the moisture content and all that.
We could be under a fire watch even in January, so it's just a matter of what the weather is.
Yeah,
But here's my point with that, though, to be honest with you. The cost of manning those staff stations is a fraction of what they avoid,
Yeah, yeah.
you know, so, you know, even if you were to staff it longer, I would not have an issue with that.
Well, the nice thing is it's not a cost to the county,
Yeah.
for those staff stations.
What did you say the other day, Justin, that the Windy Rock had cost so far?
So as of a week ago, and I didn't look at the new numbers today, but it was at 38 million.
That's the fire that he was deployed on.
In another
Oh,
week.
really?
The damage,
I bet you.
So that's just
Just the
suppression,
cost.
Manpower
yeah,
and everything.
suppression cost and.
you guys get paid way too much.
Well, the aircraft.
Yeah, I was about to say,
Yeah, the aircraft.
Helicopters, yeah.
Costs.
when the aircraft was hot and heavy going, they were about $2 million per day is what they were spending,
Mm.
putting retardant in water
So which
drops.
one of you guys is gonna be a helicopter?
This boy.
Start bringing revenue into this county.
Well, those large, well, you gotta buy a large air tanker.
Yeah,
You gotta buy a 747.
Okay.
And,
It's gonna cost you a
They
little
sell.
fuel.
it's about $100,000 a drop for
Yeah.
one. So, and we use them quite extensively on numerous fires we've had up here.
Mhm.
But,
No, but you know, I'm all about the mitigation but it must make sense to end this for this season.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they wouldn't do it, I don't think.
Yep, and so how the process works is, so the FMO in Billings, he puts in the request every week with the state up in Helena. Helena looks at, you know, how many fires there have been in the region, the size of the fires and all that kind of stuff, and then they calculate, that's how, you know, when we start off with 6 firefighters, and then we go up to 12 to 14 or whatever we're allocated. So they look at all their little charts, and someone in Helena says, well, yeah, we'll keep it going, or others are like, no, we don't have enough to justify the cost, and so.
and that also ties directly into the levels that they call us in our geographical region. We've gone from a 3 down to a 2.
Yeah,
which
that's,
means there's more-
this is a
Yeah.
color coded.
There's more resources, and nationally we went from a 4 down to a 3.
Yeah.
So that shuts off some funding streams based on those criteria,
Okay.
so that trickles down to us for the same type of stuff.
Okay,
They call it PL,
Preparedness levels.
preparedness level numbers.
yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of statistics and all kinds of stuff that play into that.
Yep.
Quite a bit.
Yeah, and just because they shut it down now doesn't mean that we couldn't have it start back up. Say we
Yeah,
get 2 weeks of 90-degree heat,
Yeah.
they can restart it right back up. So
But let's hope that after they shut it down, we don't have a
Yeah.
600-acre fire or something.
Yeah.
Because I think you can prove the effectiveness of it,
oh yeah,
you know?
it's huge.
It's,
Response time alone.
yeah.
Yep.
And just you know, we had all these strikes, we had all these fires, and we contained the damage and.
Yep.
So,
But no, it was a good season, and then I had one other fire thing. What was it, Darren? My mind's not working today. I left my notes at the office. So.
well, that's no excuse.
Yeah. Take away part of my gold. So.
Yeah.
But oh yeah, DES side, we'll go to that. So did send out to LAPC, so hopefully you guys got a copy of it. We're one step closer to that Homeland Security grant. We got the notification that it was submitted for us. FEMA's doing the final review. Jeff can talk more about that because Jeff has been part of the process.
Yeah, so the way that has kind of worked in for us is we haven't been funded from the federal government yet. They're still reviewing. All federal grants are tied up
Yeah,
in
with the new
litigations.
administration.
So one thing that did happen for us was, I can't tell you the exact date it came due, but we get what's called a notice of funding opportunity. And we had to then put our grant package together for we kind of have a known number,
Okay,
and we have the priorities that were set the year before. So we haven't put the grants in way before that, because we don't understand when that notice of funding opportunity comes open to when it closes.
okay.
This year, the feds gave us, I'm just gonna use arbitrary dates, but it came in August 1st and had to be all turned in by the 14th. So the state of Montana, just emergency services, that's for all federal grants, has the Homeland Security grant, which is where yours is at, the Emergency Management Performance Grant, which is what backs DES up, the Hazardous Material Grant, which covers some other things statewide, and the Operation Stone Garden, which deals with the border, basically. We have 2 weeks to submit $17 million in requests and have scoring and do everything. And Justin scored very high and on the list. And so I can't say for sure you're getting the money, but right now it looks like you're getting the money.
Yeah, is that
Or
for
it's
the
spot.
feed,
Yeah.
about the,
The radio tower.
Yeah,
Yep. Yeah. And that money will come, we're hoping we'll know, supposedly we're supposed to know something by September 30th.
excellent.
That number has been given to us that day twice now. We were supposed to know something by June 31st or July 31st. And that day came and went, and then the Fed said, yeah, maybe August, maybe September. So we don't know when the funding, I think you're gonna get the funding, it's just when
You
it's
just
coming.
win, and you know you scored high, so they should see that. But wasn't that like 450 grand or something?
Yep, 450,000, 100% covered by the grant, so there's no match on our pledge.
So there is a half a gold star in
Ooh, so we're net even
the,
then.
not yet, well, not yet, you know.
We can get it.
That means that we defer your cut pay,
I'm good with that.
buys you a little more time.
You said, is that the repeater?
Yep, yep.
And which one
Dean
was-
Creek.
Dean Creek.
Yep. Or
That's excellent.
County West is the name of it.
It does sound complicated as hell, but DES is on top of this.
Well, I sat with the scoring the last 2 years and reviewing all of the grants. There's a couple weeks of my life I'll never get back, and it was an absolute soul-sucking experience.
Oh, yeah.
We had, so for the grants that we have, whatever the allotment that we're getting from the feds, we had $7.5 million in applications
Yep.
for,
1.5.
yeah.
wasn't it?
So, it is what it is, we play the game, right? And so,
There's probably a little bit of an adrenaline element to that too, especially when you have to meet these deadlines and everything.
well, it jacks up our grant system, our grant people, because we've only got 4 people and they're trying to, we had to throw us, we had to have a meeting because Homeland Security is governed by, distributed by a different governing board, the state,
Advisory committee.
yeah, state advisory committee, that it sits underneath the state emergency response committee, which is like your local LEPC committee, so we had to have an emergency meeting of that to throw that all together. So we talk in acronyms, that's all I've got, and we have more,
There's a book for
He's got a
clarification.
book. He's got a
that's the
book.
acronym book.
It's part of my filing system.
Pull it out in a
Look a
minute.
little bit like the ambulance barn over here.
But but it did score really well, so.
Well, that's, do you guys have any idea why they gave you such short notice?
But they're stupid. No.
Did they want you maybe not to get your grants or something?
Well, so if you,
I'm being suspicious here.
I'm not here's DES anymore. I think they're trying to make it so
Weed it out.
difficult in some ways
Yeah.
that they're not getting the shitty grants that they've been funding for years.
Okay. Only the good stuff comes.
Yeah, I think that's.
Because you guys have been preparing, right? You were preparing for this, so when it opened up, you were able to.
Well,
see
we were
that.
trying to be, but they changed some of our, it's based off of the national priority list, and they changed some of the national priorities when they sent it out. So we had several grants that didn't get funded, that were well-written grants,
See where that is.
but they got bumped.
Cause I just
Because
because
they didn't meet the national priorities.
3 weeks ago, 2 weeks
The
ago.
one thing that was weird on this last one from the government, we have to prove that no illegal aliens,
Oh, gross.
nobody else is touching this money when it comes into Muscle County.
Oh, well, forget it. I'm at that.
We're all
I'm at
in this
that.
I'm wondering when we're gonna have to have our
That's just
certificate
normal,
grant.
that's for.
Yeah.
Well, you know,
Correct.
That's
Yep.
my list.
Yep.
and that's because the
That's our
system was
DMT.
abused so much.
100%, I'm not disagreeing.
No, but I mean, I understand.
But they threw a whole bunch more compliance on top of us, so we had to go back and get, they'll get a, what's called an RFI, that's
No, it's a
request for
request for
information. And we have to change the RFI. It gives me something to do, right?
Well, yeah.
Just getting more and more frustrating.
You know,
I'm doing alternate reality.
As far as I'm involved on that
That's a
is
different
they
world.
use
That's a
mind
whole
logging
different
to create
specialty.
the grants.
Okay.
and that's an area where I think you can, you need, you
All
need
these are in my,
to
on my category. New thing in there is additional
Everything
to the
network people.
Pretty much.
Yeah, whoever,
There's a lot of money on
people
it.
Yeah,
that
there are.
are writing.
A lot of jobs and everything.
They're supposed to be. super-
Well, and while he's talking, I wanted to come in and visit it in my official state DES capacity, to let you guys know,
Sean was 15 minutes.
you know, EMPG didn't get funded as much as we want, we can't do anything about it.
It's kind of slow. today.
But a question that I've been asked numerous
You
times,
just said the word
I
though.
know.
because that affects my salary as well.
Kind of kick myself.
And they cut some of our budget was cut at our state level, the same as you guys got cut.
Right, right.
But we're still here, DFOs are considered essential, so we're out in the government.
What's the info stand, something?
District field officer.
Got it.
And then we'll.
So I've got 8 counties that I have,
The second
and,
one of that fire.
with Yellowstone over in Park City, or Park.
Okay.
You gonna say that word again? Yeah. Like, nope.
But we are funded, so, and we can bump back and help
Do you watch
these
the videos,
guys
though?
whenever we need.
Well, yeah, my experience with you guys' help has been
Yeah.
pretty great. I think your organization fights really hard to,
Yeah, John Stewart.
you know, keep their role.
Pretty good, huh? We had a legislative audit, committee come to
Let's
our
just say it was
meeting on
epic.
Wednesday,
Epic.
which that was interesting, state legislative audit, and,
Is it hilarious?
we spent quite a,
Mm-hmm.
we've gone through on our state DES level, we've gone through basically a forensic accounting background, where they take our budget, which they allow us to have, and we sit in front of the legislatures with an accountant, and they say, okay, let's say your budget's $1 million. Your budget's now 0,
Prove to be what
defend
it
why
is.
you need every dollar back.
Yeah.
And we were able to do that. So-
Yeah, well, you know, but we've seen a pattern with the state trying to take money. In fact,
Oh, yeah.
we're hearing that our CD, our community development block grant, it's a separate issue, you know, kind of,
Mhm.
is maybe at risk because we haven't spent the money and the state might go and take it for the Department of Commerce. So I think they're really looking for, they've invested in resources to try and bring money back, to reallocate, I guess.
Well, and some of the stuff that's going on, and from the state perspective, you know, it's great, everybody's gonna get a little bit of a property tax bump, it's gonna be nice, you don't have to pay as much. That relates to millions of dollars across the state in lost revenue for those counties
Right.
and the state.
Right.
Because we gotta, you know, we lowered our tax rate, and I'm not complaining about that, but what that relates to exactly is City of Billings is looking at